Hi. The focus we are going to be looking at this week is to see who we are in terms of our physical being. I'm talking about stature, origin, physical appearance, and to let us know that we are the best version of ourselves. You can never be improved upon, and to expose some lies people or the system of the world are sold to us, or they are still selling to us. The fact is that many people description of themselves comes from other people, like the way people have described you, and we should not be. For instance, the Nigeria dressing culture is still largely dependent on Western European and Arab dressing culture. And so we have been independent since 63 years ago, but most these are, for instance, shirt, trousers, a hijab, or some of the dressings we wear today as a nation is not really our cultural dressing, so to say, but we've absorbed that, and then we are still using that, and it is in the same sense. It's also some set of people that tells us how an handsome man should look like, you know, the way you should dress, the best shape of a woman, I mean, the shape, the best, the height of a perfect woman, the kind of clothes a beautiful girl should wear or shouldn't wear, the kind of hairstyle you should do as a beautiful girl, or as a woman, the kind of haircut you should have as a man, the brand of clothes you should wear. This is mostly most of these things is being sold to us through advertisement, and sometimes on the TV you see, oh, a particular hairstyle or hair production will say, okay, this is a beautiful hair that you should get. Every beautiful girl, every big girl on the street are getting it. Oh, this is a particular brand of shoe that Nike is the one everybody should be using. Every fine guy and respectable people are using it, or something like that. And even as I mean, group also make us to see this thing also, and say, okay, for instance, if you are in particular church or denomination, this is a particular kind of clothing you should be wearing, or also like that. These are the people that largely decide for us what we should do or how we should look like. And if you decide to stand out, you are the hot person in the group. Wherever we allow Whenever we allow people to dictate to us how we should look or what to do, we are indirectly allowing them to build our self-image for us, which is not proper. Your self-image must be built deliberately by yourself and for yourself, and that's why the first clip we'll be looking at is self-image. Everything created is produced after its kind. The product of a dog is a dog, the product of a fish is a fish, and ultimately we are the product of God. So you are a God, and this is why you are created in the image of God. And the book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 27 make us to understand that God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created he them, male and female, he created he them. So we are all created in the image of God. As a man, as a woman, we are created in the image of God. So let us speak about our physical appearance for now, and one after the other. We're going to be starting from our body shape. Our body shape. One of the lie uh, that people have bought is when they tell themselves, "I'm not fine," or "I'm not handsome," "I don't look good enough." This is a lie, because the irony of life is that the shape of your body that you do not like is what somebody else wants. Can you see that? Okay, let's take for let's take a look at some things. Some for instance, some people are black, in comprehension. That's the one thing we still talk about later on. But let's just say the people are black in comprehension and they want to become fair or white, and because of that they will have to bleach themselves. And God help you if you have enough money, you buy the so-called original bleach that will not make your body to be burned. But you must be consistently doing that, else you will even eat your body shape. And it's quite expensive to do to keep that. And so people are slim, they want to be fat. They say, "Ah, I'm too slim. I don't. See me. I don't have any. I mean, if small children see me on the road, they think I'm a baby, so I'm too slim. And whereas some people are fat, they want to be slim. They say, there's too much fat, and you know, they have to do exercise every morning. They have to take some tea. They have to do some things. They have to lose some weight. They have to do all of this and all of that. And you see the opposite of each other. Why some people are short and they want to be tall. And that's one of the things, I guess, that brings about wearing since 6 inches shoes and some things that could just, make you make you taller. I mean, you've even heard of people that go ahead to stretch themselves, and so that they could become taller. This is the real problem. And some people have big breasts. They say, this is too much, we want to reduce it. It's also whereas some people have small breasts, so to say, and they say, no, they have to make it a little bit. You see how life is being painted. And some people have small booty, they say that I want to enlarge it. I'm not attracting guy. And whereas the people that have it say, that have large booty, say they want to reduce it. You see, even now, some people don't even know their sex, their gender any longer. Some people want to change their gender into something else. All of these are the result of what the world has painted for us, which is lie. What has painted, oh, you have to be this shape, you have to be this tall, you have to be this to be accepted, to be famous, to be beautiful. All of these are not really true. You see, you cannot be better than yourself. You are who you are, and you must accept yourself for who you are. That is just the truth. When you don't accept yourself or like your body, your shape, or any part of your body for what it is, you are saying one of the following. You are either saying God is a foolish creator, because by now we should agree that, I believe you know that God is a creator. So, and if you say God, I don't have big breast, for instance, or my breast is too small, for instance, you are saying, God, why are you so foolish that you created me with small breasts as a woman? You are telling God that He doesn't really know what He is doing when He's creating you. Yeah, some people have made joke of it's a black color, and say when God is preparing you, forgot you on He forgot you on the stove or whatever, and He makes you to get burned. Whereas God, God is not man; He is God, and and God is a creator and creative as at that. Indeed, have you seen when someone says, "I like a fat woman," and whereas another person says, "I like a slim woman"? So what will become of these people if we all have the same shape? What would have happened? So there is preference for different people. What some other people like is what some other people don't like. And so God cannot create all of us in the same way. in the same way. God cannot create all of us. I mean, it's irony when people tell you because you are bad-headed. I mean, you are not. I've seen people that are bad-headed that almost every time they are wearing cap to cover their shame. So because they believe being bad-headed is a shame as a young man. And all of these things are not true. Are not true. You see, before now, or even just in some years back, um, the albinos, at least that's what we call them, anyways. That have their own kind of haze, yeah, like yellowish, right? Um, in my culture, or in Yoruba people call them adarikon, really, and they don't really like. They want to have black hair, but you can see this day now. You can see different color of hair, even for men and even for women. They are changing the color of their hair. Really, I'm not even here to say to judge that. If it's your decision, good for you. But if it's just because other people are doing it or people are trying to force you to do it, either when we are talking about force, it's not just because they will have to bend you to do it, but because they projected it over time and you've seen it over time, and it seems that that is a normal thing that everybody should do. This is also wrong. You see, you must accept yourself for who God has created you to be. There are some things that it is just God, it is God that did that, and it cannot be corrected because it is not a mistake. Some people, another thing you may be saying is that some people are better than you because they have what you don't have. Because you don't have, I think, some people to go extra mile to put gap in their teeth. You see, say that means you are saying that people that have gap in their teeth, for instance, as they are better than you, or people that are fair in comprehension, they are better than you. So I have to go and change my comprehension to being fair. So I have to use strong cream, change my body pigment. No, you shouldn't accept that you shouldn't call yourself inferior. You shouldn't put yourself in such position. You shouldn't be a second class citizen to any other person. Only if, see, the way we look, when you put yourself in this position, you make yourself feel inferior, and at the same time you look at other people that doesn't have some of the attributes that you think are good, or people have told you that are necessary for everybody, to be inferior. And that's why you could say this person is not fine, this person is this person, because you yourself, you have even accepted to yourself that I'm not fine enough. You see, and that is one reason why we are talking about ourselves before we talk about relationship, because this is a single fellowship, really. But the thing is that if we do not accept ourselves for who we are, we cannot accept others for who they are. You see it now. You must have a good vision of yourself. You must have a good vision of yourself. You must create a good image for yourself. Don't allow people to create an image of you for you. Don't accept that. Don't accept that. You must create a good image of whatever you want to do with your body. Let it be that it is a decision you are making, not because you want to conform to the society way of doing things, not because you are feeling inferior, not because you feel that is the best way you should be, because that is what other people are doing. You see, you should have a good image of yourself, and it makes you to think highly of yourself. See, one of the things we must understand is this: you are not the product of your parent, even though they came together to give birth to you, but necessarily you are not their product. You are the product of God. You are not the product of the society. You are not an accident. You are not your product of biology or circumstances. You are of the image of God. And your picture of a perfect body should not come from other people. You don't allow people to paint you. Your picture of a perfect body should not come from other people. Oh, a perfect body must be this way, must be that way, must be this way. And I mean, and some people, just because they want to get a suitor, they want to, or something, they have to go extra mile to make their body look like something. And this is not right. You should not treat yourself in such way. You see, you must talk big and feel good about yourself. You must talk big and feel good about yourself. Look at Jesus talking about himself. When Jesus, if you read the place Jesus talk about himself, it's almost irritating. When he's so proud of himself. I am the bread of life. I am the way. I am the true vine. I am the good shepherd. He never speak evil or negative of himself. Even though when people even try to say, is he not the son of the carpenter? He did not see himself as that. He's calling himself as who he is. So you must feel good and speak good about yourself. See, you can either you accept it or not. I am very handsome. My shape, my my body color, my height, my everything about myself is the perfect thing I could ever be, because I am created by a perfect God. You see, you must feel good and talk good about yourself. When you have this about yourself, other people's opinion doesn't really matter. And never think I am not good enough, or I'm not in their class, I am not beautiful. The way people view you, you see, the way you view yourself or the way people view you sometimes is far below the way God sees you. If you view yourself in some certain way because of the way people are talking about you, then you are not doing the best thing to yourself. See, just know that you are the best version of yourself. We see and talk about the next thing in the next day. Stay blessed and stay tuned.